Well, vegans trolled the reviews of a goat farmer in the UK just because they were an animal farm. They did not have any basis, like this place abuses animals. This place has been known to, have these practices. It was just because they were animal farm and they had good reviews before. They were invited by the owner to visit the farm to learn about the way they cared for goats. But guess how many of them showed up to that invitation?
20.
No.
1.
No.
0.
0. They did not go. So they felt comfortable reviewing this place negatively, having never gone. This is the Gourmet Goat Farmer. This was their Halloween promotion last year. They're super cute. This is a livestock farm of goats only. They sell goat milk, goat cheese, goat soap, and wool products like goat socks. Well, socks for humans made of wool from goats.
They don't sell goat socks.
They don't sell goat socks. The fact that they can still do this is a miracle in and of itself, because livestock farming in the UK is incredibly hard. There's a great book about this called Rewilding by Isabella Tree, where she talks about how she was a cow farmer, and it just is so hard to keep livestock farms in the UK. One, because they subsidize farmers not to farm, and the government has overregulated and every bit of it. So it's really hard to do, to be a livestock farmer. But the Gourmet Goat, or is it Goat Gourmet? The Gourmet Goat Farm has hundreds of reviews on Facebook that are positive, and Google and other travel news sites, because they invite people to come and feed baby goats with a baby bottle and pet them and take care of them and then shop in their store. Like this lady who went recently, said that this is one good review on Google. She said, yeah, look, I had a great time feeding these baby goats. Look how happy she is, right? Well, this is pissing off vegans. A vegan Facebook group called the Vegan Wiltshire got incensed that the farm was receiving good reviews, and they rallied one another not to protest it or check it out for themselves. No, but just spam them with bad reviews because they exist. They said, give them negative reviews. They literally said, there's no way. Here's what the original post said. Now, this is the Facebook group, but I didn't join it because I felt like I probably shouldn't. Here's what they said to each other. Can we have some negative reviews on this place, please? There's no way an animal farm should be able to enjoy a 5-star rating. So those vegans decided to do it. They decided to post reviews saying they were vile or a nasty bunch of animal reviewers. They said good people like this don't have animals. And so the woman... Go ahead.
Good people like this don't have animals?
What was the quote? I'm missing it from that. It said good people don't abuse animals or farm animals or something like that. It was just on the screen. Go ahead.
Well, on their own page, they've got 2 fox on the top. Are they protesting fox for eating chickens?
I don't know.
Yeah. They're coming after foxes next.
I'm not sure.
The way things naturally occur in nature.
Yeah.
They're going to go after all the fish in the ocean, too, for eating smaller fish.
I debated. I was like, should I try and join the group to see what other kind of stuff that they post? Because I'm not a vegan. It is not my life philosophy. It's not my nutritional philosophy. And I don't want to be a dick and join a group just to call them out. It just felt like that wasn't ethical journalism.
You might have to break up the old watch band for that. So.
What do you mean? The
old rainbow watch band.
Yeah. And then I did actually click through to the guy who wrote this post. His profile is open. It's got a lot of inflammatory stuff, some of it very racist, about Islam for whatever reason. I'm not going to recommend that you do that. Like I said, I don't want to pull certain people out into this. We're talking about a general philosophy, right?
Okay.
I'm just trying to give people their space to be dicks if they want to.
Well, yeah. I mean, these farmers are not doing anything wrong. And these people are literally just trolling them in order to give them bad reviews and to try to drive people away from their business because it doesn't comport with your way of living. Like you don't want to eat meat. That's fine. If you want to do that, that's your philosophy, then you do you. Just like if you want to wear a mask and get vaccines, you do you. You do whatever you want to do, right? You want to do meth? Go ahead. as long as you're not hurting other people. And that's where it crosses the line for me. Now you're hurting other people because this farm has goats. They sell goat milk and goat cheese, and that doesn't comport with your vegan lifestyle.
Well,
so
I'm going to show you how you can protect these goats in a second if you really care. So the woman who runs this gourmet goat, she invited these vegan activists to come to her farm. And here's what happened. The arranged appointment was August 16th at 4 p.m. and no one turned up. She said, these are just keypad warriors. They're not listeners. She later said they don't know anything about country living. They just want to sit there and type angry things and rile themselves up as victims. She did say they scare her kids. Her kids were like, what if they come after us? And she said, well, the good thing is if they come after us, they're not going to hurt the animals, but they might hurt us. And so, we'll close the gate in the morning and hope for the best. So, there's the conundrum is that they're comfortable threatening people, but they would be fine to the goats.
I think somebody needs to educate them and help them realize that humans are animals. You know what I mean?
Right. You should treat humans like you want animals to be treated or better.
Exactly.
The Telegram reports that this is just one of many stunts by vegan activists lately. They posted this list. For instance, people who gave bad reviews to restaurants that don't have vegan or vegetarian options. When in the Isle of Wight, 3 vegan eateries on the island were closed as a result of not very much business. You can read the list by yourself. Now, again, I want to point out that veganism is not my nutritional philosophy, but I know there are plenty of peace-loving vegans who are live and let live, who would not do this kind of thing. But I think this demonstrates a way that a personal philosophy can hijack your mentality, and a lot like it happens with climate activists. We see that all the time, right? You can care about the planet, but when you're actually hurting other people's way of life and so committed to victim mentality, it's a whole other thing. You become addicted to the outrage and the moral superiority, and that helps no one. So here's a way, actually, you can help those goats if you care. This was published in 2021 on the BBC from the gourmet goat farmer. Here's what those goats need if you really do want to help them have a better life.
To give us midwives some peace of mind, we'd love to put some nice woolly jumpers on the kids that arrive to keep them nice and warm during these temperatures.
Okay, so knit them a sweater. Give them your old sweater because it's going to be a cold winter. That's a way if you really care. It doesn't help if you just say crappy things on the internet. There are things you can do.
I would love it if all these vegans suddenly started knitting sweaters.
I don't think they can wear wool like that, right? You can't wear wool that comes from a goat if no animal products. So they don't have an extra wool sweater to give because they would have never had that. In the same way they can't have beeswax or honey.
Leather shoes.
Yeah. So I don't know, but you can maybe do a faux sweater or what have you.
Yeah, I guess you could knit with some sort of a fake yarn, fake wool thing or whatever.
Right. Yeah. But whatever.
We could send them a redacted hoodie or something.
Yeah, that's not wool. We could knit one ourselves, I suppose.
A redacted hoodie.
But yeah, I think that's a better thing to do than just typing out your ire on a keyboard. Let us know what you think of this in the chat below.
Thank you so much for watching this segment here at Redacted. We are live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, trying to share the stories that the mainstream media will not cover. You should also come over and join our community of Redacted Rebels over at redacted.inc. That's our private locals community where we can share exclusive content that we simply cannot share here on YouTube. Come over and join the rebellion together right now by going to redacted.inc. We'll see you next time.